Okay, you guys have been asking it. You want to learn more about sales. Now, I don't work in sales, so of course I've spent some time talking to people that do work in sales to find out how to determine your target audience for your book. So first of all, if you don't know what a target audience is, that's just an intended audience of people, group of people that you want to sell your product to. So in this case, it will be books. So if you think a car toy, for example, that's aimed, their target audience would be children or younger children. Maybe this is a bit sexist, but maybe more towards boys. Anti-aging cream would be for the older generation, perhaps for more likely women. So making sure you know your target audience is such an important part of the publishing industry, especially in sales, marketing and publicity, because how are you going to know who to market your book at if you don't know who you need to buy it? So I asked some people in the publishing industry that work in sales, how do you determine your target audience for your books? And I'm going to read out what they said. This person, their role is a sales assistant. They said this is something discussed from acquisitions all the way through, going into meetings and selling the book to customers. It's just about reading the books and discussing it. So I suppose it is a bit of team effort. Maybe you've read the book and think, actually, I think this is more for 18 to 24-year-olds, and someone might say, actually, I think, younger adults might enjoy it more, maybe 16, 17-year-olds, and it's a discussion throughout the process. Obviously, remember that publishing a book is a long journey. It doesn't just happen within a few weeks. So this person is saying from the acquisition stage, you start initially having those conversations about who that book might be intended for, all the way up until actually getting it in those bookshops, you're still discussing it. And then secondly, this person is a sales key account executive. Oh, that's a bit of a mouthful. Sales key account executive. This person says usually this will be partially decided by the type of book that reaches us in the manuscript form, and the type of book will land in a different division. So for example, adults, children, special interest, academic would be the thing for Bloomsbury. Obviously if it's an academic book, it's going to go to the academic division. But then after that, it will be discussion with all the teams based on the book's content and the author. It could be a beautifully written book but focus on a difficult subject and need to have a delicate publicity approach, and it could be a debut that would do really well if we catch the attention of nature writing lovers. And it could be the latest book in a YA series where the readership has aged up with the previous publications and are now in their 20s rather than being teenagers. Finally, this person says there are a lot of factors, but with experience, teams and a good eye on the market, it's easier to find the right target audiences. So this is for the salespeople now. What can you do? What research can you do to determine your target audience? Think about the potential marketing and publicity campaigns. If it's a children's book, they're not going to be on social media. Hopefully, a 2-year-old wouldn't know how to work an iPad. So you're marketing it at the parents or the guardians or the schools. Then just do your market research. So see what's happening with different competitors, their brands, what trends are happening at the moment. Know your existing customers as well. If they're loyal to you, you're going to market your book to them. And then finally, arguably the most important, communicate with your team. When you work in publishing, it's a really collaborative industry and you need the insight from sales, marketing, publicity, editorial, everyone. So communicate with your team. And just finally, I just wanted to share a bit of insight into who our biggest customers are at Bloomsbury. Number one, what basically everyone said was Amazon by a long way is our biggest customer, followed by Waterstones. We also then have supermarkets like Asda and Tesco, and then we have Gardeners Wholesaler. So, who is your target audience? Maybe you have a blog and you're writing book reviews. Who are those book reviews aimed at? Thank you so much to the people that worked in sales, in the publishing industry that helped me form this video. Hope you found it useful and see you in my next one. Bye.